In the world of retail, competition is cutthroat.
There's a jungle out there and it's dangerous.
These entrepreneurs have big ambitions.
My dream is to see an Incredipop in every home in America.
So they've come to our investor and his team of experts for help.
I think she can take this retail opportunity and rock it.
They'll get quizzed by real consumers.
Why is this better than regular dough?
And get feedback.
It's real pricey.
It just looks too generic.
And in the end, Joe and Joe alone decides if they will receive the backing of Hatched Business Solutions.
I think you have so much to offer, kid.
And a chance to change their lives forever. This week, a young, enthusiastic entrepreneur who's on a mission to save lives.
The hot seat is an alarm system that prevents children from being accidentally left in a hot car.
She wows our experts with her invention.
You have the patent on this?
Yes.
That's huge, girl.
Until they hear the price.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
This is just as much money as it cost me to buy the whole car seat.
But will her heartfelt plea
I don't want to hear any more stories of kids dying in hot cars.
sway Joe to her side?
So here's the decision.
Our investor Joe has brought together his experts. Freddie Cameron is a retail expert with over 16 years of experience, responsible for over $2 billion in product sales. And Nicole Lapin is a New York Times best-selling author and one of the nation's top financial experts, anchoring financial news on CNBC, CNN, and Bloomberg.
All right, guys, this week we have the baby category. And despite the name, it's actually a huge product category. It's a $24 billion industry.
And that's definitely a great category for retail, especially with the mom shopper, always looking for new things for their babies.
You ready to meet the entrepreneur?
Absolutely.
18-year-old Alissa is seeking an investment to launch her child safety product into retail.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Young lady.
Hello, my name is Alissa Chavez and I'm 18 years old and my product is the hot seat. The hot seat is an alarm system that prevents children from being accidentally left in a hot car. On average, 44 children every year die after they were accidentally left in a hot car. My product prevents that using 4 components. First is a pad. It's placed right under here, and it senses if a child is in the car seat. Second is an alarm that can be attached to any vehicle. Third, this key fob senses how far away the parent's getting from the vehicle. So if I were to walk 15 feet away from the vehicle and the child is still in the car seat, the alarm on the key fob, the vehicle, and on the app for cell phones would sound until the baby is removed from the seat.
I love where your heart is and that you want to save children.
You do have a great idea. It's going to resonate with new moms. You've done great, girl. I applaud her for coming up with such clever, life-saving technology. But she still needs to prove that her product can be successful in retail.
How did you come up with this idea, Alissa?
My mom is a single mom, and she's raised my sister and I on her own since I was 2 years old. And she owns a home child care, so kids have always been a huge part of my life. And I heard so many stories about kids dying after they were accidentally forgotten in a hot car. And I knew that there had to be a way to prevent that from happening. So I started working on it, and I took it to my 8th grade science fair, and I won a lot of awards. So I went on to patent my product, and we're just finishing the prototype stages and starting to get ready for production.
So, Alissa, apart from the fact that you're obviously intelligent, well-spoken, why are you doing this rather than, you know?
Shopping.
Well, I like shopping too. I've actually been inventing products since I was 11 years old. I write down all of my ideas, and after I get the hot seat on the market, I plan to patent more of my inventions and to get those on the market as well.
I like to do all the normal teenage stuff, but I also want to make a difference, and that's why I want to see my product succeed.
What do you want from us?
I need investment to get this product on the market. I want my product available to everybody, and I don't want to hear any more stories of kids dying in hot cars.
The biggest challenge for me so far has been not having the financial resources that it takes to bring a product to the market, and that's why this opportunity is so amazing for me.
How did you come up with the name?
Hot weather is usually when this happens, so I think that it's a good name to describe the product.
I'm not a big fan of the name. It doesn't tell me that my baby is gonna be safe. I don't get that from the name.
I agree. So what is the cost to actually make your item?
I'm working with several different manufacturers. At each of them, it's around $60 per unit.
And what's the suggested retail price?
I hope to retail for $199.
And how did you come up with that price?
It gives me a good profit margin to pay for the manufacturing costs,
Okay.
marketing costs, and insurance.
So the biggest thing with your price, it's a little high,
It's more expensive than the whole car seat.
pretty much.
Alyssa's saying she wants her product available to everyone, but at this price point, that's impossible.
At a $200 price point, I don't actually think this is a standalone product. Alissa, you have the patent on this?
Yes.
That's huge, girl.
Thank you.
That's like having the patent on a seatbelt. I think the future for this particular product is really to sell this patent to the major car seat manufacturers and have it incorporated in every car seat across the globe.
I would love if it could be incorporated in car seats, but I think that this is a good way to get it into the car seats that aren't brand new so that those people aren't left out of this product.
I'm still not 100% convinced that this is a standalone product, but Alissa makes a strong argument for it. So Alissa, here's the deal. Tomorrow, we are setting you up with a retail challenge. Right here, we're turning this into our hatched pop-up store. That's where you're gonna be able to interact with consumers and pitch your product. And we're really interested to hear their consumer feedback.
I'm going to be looking at the consumer survey results very closely before I decide whether or not to invest.
Good luck, Alissa.
Thank you so much.
I'm excited for the retail challenge. I think you get the most accurate feedback from the customers, and I can't wait to see what they have to say.
Coming up, Alyssa's product has our moms opening up their hearts.
Definitely is a relief to me as a mom to have something like that just in case.
But will the price have them closing their wallets?
I would not get it just because I think it's too expensive.
Alissa hopes to launch her child safety product into retail stores. She impressed our experts with her innovation.
You have the patent on this?
Yes.
That's huge, girl.
But before our investor Joe decides if he's going to financially back her, he needs to hear from potential customers. So today, Alissa will have to pitch her product to over 100 consumers. They'll give their feedback in a survey, which will be analyzed closely by Nicole and Freddie before Joe makes his final decision.
Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi, I'm Alissa. So this is the hot seat. It's an alarm system that prevents children from being accidentally left in a hot car.
Okay, very neat. I was so impressed when Alissa demonstrated her device. Let's see if consumers have the same reaction.
So how does it work?
So this pad can be placed in any infant, toddler, or booster seat, and it senses if a baby's in the seat. This key fob senses how far away the parent's getting from the vehicle. So if the baby is in the seat and the key fob is at least 15 feet away, then 3 different alarms will sound.
Oh, wow.
So that will notify people that a child is still in the car.
That's amazing.
Given that this device can actually save babies' lives, I doubt if Alissa is going to have any trouble convincing consumers there's a need for this product.
This will save some lives.
That's my goal.
Definitely is a relief to me as a mom to have something like that just in case. I'm a first-time mom.
Congratulations.
Coming up here soon. You hear news stories
Yes.
and you're like, that will never happen to me, but there's that fear that it
Right.
could.
It's accidents that happen to kids, and
Sure.
this is there to prevent it.
I feel like it's a good safety precaution because I do not like the fact that so many babies are dying because parents are leaving them in the car.
On average, 44 kids every year die from that type of accident.
Wow.
An idea like this is great because it helps people remember, oh, my kid's in the car, it's hot.
Any product that saves lives is great.
I had no doubt consumers would love the function of this product, but her mom is willing to pay the premium price. That remains my biggest concern.
Can I ask what the price is?
$199, and you get all 4 components.
It might be a little bit expensive.
That's a little costly. Car seats are obviously very expensive on their own, so adding something else that's, $199 is difficult.
I would not get it just because I think it's too expensive.
I don't feel like the hot seat should be so expensive because it's just kind of an alarm.
Looks like some of our consumers are siding with Freddie on the price, but others are willing to pay a premium if it means keeping their baby safe.
People would definitely pay to have baby hot seat.
I think $200 is definitely worth the little one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't really think you can put a price on safety.
Something like the safety of your child should be priceless.
It's so cool to be here with the customers and to be able to get their feedback. I absolutely am always looking for ways to better my product, and I want it to be what the customers want.
I still firmly believe that this is not a standalone product. So let's see if consumers agree that this device should be integrated into existing car seats.
I like the idea of it possibly being maybe embedded in a car seat.
Yes.
It should be maybe already integrated in the car seats.
I would love to have it manufactured with car seat companies, but right now it's sold individually.
I could see in the future car seats coming equipped with that, but until it happens, I think it's great that she's selling it on her own.
Both Nicole and I think the name is confusing and it doesn't accurately represent the product. Let's see if consumers will have the same concerns.
I think the name is deceiving. Hot seat sounds like you'd know if it was too hot in the car.
Is it maybe temperature regulated?
No, not temperature
It's nothing
regulated
just if
at
you
all.
forget the...
Just pressure.
So it's not temperature regulated?
No temperature.
But actually, it has nothing to do with temperature, and it's just to tell me that there is a child sitting in my car seat.
I got some feedback from the consumers about the name, and I would definitely consider changing to help my product.
I love that Alissa wants to make a difference with her product, but she's going to have to get big-time support from consumers to convince me on this one.
As the retail day comes to an end, the consumers fill out their surveys and give their feedback on Hot Seat.
I am nervous. The customers' feedback really has a lot of impact on what the panel thinks, and I hope that it all just works out because I want to see my product displayed like this in real retail stores.
It's time for the Hatched Pop Quiz. In what year was the first patent issued in the United States? Is it A, 1746, B, 1790, or C, 1809? Find out the answer when we return to Hatched. Before the break, we asked, in what year was the first patent issued in the United States? Is it A, 1746, B, 1790, or C, 1809? The answer is B. The first U.S. patent was issued in 1790 to Samuel Hopkins for a process making potash, an ingredient used in fertilizer. The patent was signed by President George Washington. Alissa came to Hatched Business Solutions looking for an investment to launch her child safety product into retail stores. She faced the ultimate retail challenge.
It's so cool to be here with the customers and to be able to get their feedback.
But will the consumer survey results be strong enough to convince our investor, Joe, that her product is worthy of financial backing?
All right, guys, we have the results in for Baby Hot Seat. Some really interesting findings here. So are you ready to bring Alissa in?
Absolutely.
Let's see the young lady.
Hello.
Hi, Alissa.
Hi, how are you guys?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was the retail challenge?
It was good to be with the customers and hear what they had to say.
So let's start off with your survey results. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. So when it came to the consumers' feedback on your overall price point, 50% said your price was too high. That makes me extremely nervous.
That's a little costly. I don't feel like the hot seat should be so expensive because it's just kind of an alarm.
Right now, the price is only that because of the manufacturers that I've worked with in my hometown. But I'd be open to looking at manufacturers out of my hometown to bring that cost down.
The feedback we received shows us that customers are saying, well, hold on, this is just as much money as it costs me to buy the whole car seat. So that is off-putting to a lot of folks.
And that goes into the next survey result, Nicole. Over 70% recommended that your product be integrated into an existing car seat.
I like the idea of it possibly being maybe embedded in a car seat.
Yes.
It should be maybe already integrated in the car seats.
Your technology would be best served utilized into an existing car seat. That sounds like the best strategy for you, not only from a retail perspective, but then also it prevents liability from your end. So let's say a consumer bought your item and God forbid somebody leaves their kid in the car and something happens, there may be lawsuits against not just you, but the actual retailer as well. That's bad. You basically lose all credibility.
When you have a child safety product, your credibility is everything. A lawsuit can tarnish your reputation and plummet your retail sales.
Based on the feedback that I've given you so far, would you be willing to incorporate your technology into an existing car seat?
And I know you have a lot of expertise, so that's definitely something I would look into.
We're also seeing survey results in about your name. Only half of people actually liked your name. That's much lower than we'd like to see.
The name is deceiving. Hot seat sounds like you'd know if it was too hot in the car, but actually it has nothing to do with temperature, and it's just to tell me that there is a child sitting in my car seat.
I'm confused by the name. Is it gonna make my child's tush warm? I don't exactly know. This is a safety product, so that's the type of messaging that you should try to incorporate.
I work with a lot of mothers. They spend a lot of money in retailers. Their overall thing is just safety for their kids. So you incorporate safety with that name, and that's what will allow it to be profitable in the marketplace.
Alissa, you have to take it away from being a cutesy gadget and make a parent say, what would happen if I did walk away from that car? You have to start thinking about, how do I punch the emotion button?
Okay.
All right, before I make the final decision, you got one last shot to convince me that I ought to back your product.
People love the idea and they see the need. They've heard story after story. Too many kids have died from this type of accident, and they want to see a solution to that, and they really like the product.
I've never been given the opportunity to pitch to anybody like Joe and the panel, and it's exciting and nerve-wracking because it could change my life. I've been working on this for almost 4 years, and I want to see it on the market.
It's time for Joe to consult with his experts before he makes his final decision.
All right, you guys, so we're looking at baby hot seat, young Alissa.
I commend Alissa for being her age and creating that product.
What an impressive young woman. I would invest in her. I think what she is gonna do next is gonna be successful. But my main concern is this is not a standalone product. It's too expensive.
You're not gonna have consumers buying into that if it's the same exact price as a car seat. And my concern is it won't sell at all.
But for her, she doesn't want to be in this liability business.
No,
I mean,
no.
if there was a malfunction and God forbid something happened
The
to a
battery
child,
died.
yeah, a lawsuit comes her way that could ruin her. So as a standalone product, I don't recommend this.
However, I like the innovation behind it. There's definitely a need for it in the marketplace. If it's something that's gonna save a life,
Maybe it's worth backing for that reason alone.
Alyssa's technology really could help to save babies' lives.
So this decision is going to be a tough one.
All right, thank you both. I've reached my decision. Let's bring her in and give her the news.
Coming up.
So how do you feel?
I feel nervous.
So here's the decision.
Alissa came to Hatched Business Solutions in the hopes of turning her child safety product into a national brand. At the Retail Challenge, she impressed the consumers with her creation.
Oh, wow.
But our investor and his experts have major concerns.
This is not a standalone product. It's too expensive.
And now it's decision time. Has Alissa done enough to walk away with an investment and launch her product into retail?
I'm nervous because I know what a huge opportunity this is. I have no idea what they're gonna decide or what they're gonna say.
So how do you feel?
I feel nervous, but excited and hopeful.
Alissa, for a young lady of the tender age of 18 to have already created a product that has a patent is no simple achievement, and you are to be commended for that. So here's the decision. At this point in time, we're going to have to tell you no. We love your passion, but there is no hope for us to figure out how to make this a standalone retail product.
Even if it's not the results that I want to hear today, I know that I'm still gonna work hard and I'm gonna make this happen.
So what we're doing is we're saying no to you for now, Alissa, but you have an opportunity to turn that all around. We want you to keep us advised of your progress.
Yes, absolutely.
Alissa, I am so impressed by you. I am so proud to have met you and to have learned about this product because I know it's just the first of many products to hatch out of your entrepreneur brain.
Don't take this as defeat, take it as a lesson learned and apply it to not just this product, but the other millions of ideas you have.
Thank you guys. I feel hopeful. I'm gonna continue to work on it, and I'm just so happy to have gotten all the feedback from you guys, and it's been a wonderful experience.
I have never quit when people tell me no. I am passionate about the hot seat, and I want to see this problem solved. So I'm gonna keep working hard so that I can see that dream come true.